Hi everyone, welcome to all. Multearts conducting every month target 100 session on the Saturday of the month. So today I am welcoming Rajeswari Garu to give the session regarding communication skills and tenses. Thank you so much ma'am for giving this session. You can start your session ma'am.
A very good evening to one and all. I am Rajeswari. I am working as an English teacher. Today's session will be about communication skills as well as basics of the grammar. A few of the introductions about verbs and how verbs are used in tenses. Hope I'm audible and clear to all.
Yes ma'am, you're audible.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, will you give me the option of sharing my screen?
Yeah, already given.
Already given. Okay. I think you can all see the screen.
Your voice is low ma'am.
My voice is low, ma'am. Just I'm increasing the volume. Is it clear, ma'am, now?
Yeah ma'am. Fine.
Fine. So welcome to today's session. Today's topic is communication skills. We need communication skills in any language will not be possible if you practice on writing. It is possible as you keep on talking and interacting with each other. In the beginning, all of us make many mistakes. As we go on, the things will be very easy for us. So we need to have the things. Strong communication in English involves four modes in any language. Language generally involves reading, writing, speaking, and listening. Generally, it is LSRW skills. L means listening. First, you have to listen. Yes means then you can speak, then you can read, then you can write. This is the procedure we follow while we talk to learn any language. First, you need to listen to what is happening. Please raise your hands and interrupt me in between wherever you have any doubts, because I may not be aware wherever you have doubts. So top 10 communication skills are written and oral communication skills. Generally, when we talk, we call it as verbal communication. There are certain people who can't talk, they will use it non-verbal. Non-verbal are nothing but gestures are nothing but actions. Through actions, when you want to say your mother, how do you say? We use our lips to talk. But there are certain people who cannot, so they use this way to say. So verbal communication is using words to convey information, both in form of writing as well as oral. Oral communication means speaking clearly without any interruption, as I'm speaking now. And for that, presentation skills are also about how you present ideas. You have certain ideas, you have so many ideas, but you must be aware how you have to present. For that, mentally, you have to start thinking of the words, how you are going on. Now, this active, first of all, I told you we start any language in LSRW. So, first, you must be an active listener. So, you have to pay close attention to how what the speaker is speaking. Then only you can answer him in a proper way. There are many, we are very in a haste to answer. Haste means we are in a fast way to quickly react to anything and we answer quickly. So, there we land into troubles. First of all, you try to understand what the other person is saying, and English is such a language, the same word can be used in different forms. Supposing if I say for me, you all know it is as a verb. But when I use it as a verb, the meaning, the position, everything changes. Its name, everything changes. So you must be cautious what the other person is speaking to you. So communication consists of much more than just speaking. It involves your body language, your posture, your guys, and your eye contacts and your facial expressions and everything. You have to move on. English is nothing which cannot be taught in this way. And above all, whether you are right or wrong, first impression always clears the best. You must have a lot of confidence. Confidence means I can do and I will do it. Whatever may be the system. Your thing, if you are going to a shop, if you are going anywhere, whatever thing you know, you be bold enough to express it. The moment you express, definitely you will be able to understand the ups and downs of in a language. Until you speak, suppose if you are doing any work, also you cannot know what is the actual depth of it until you keep on practicing. First, you need to start up. Starting is the starting is always troublesome. The moment you start, you get on going. Am I clear? Shall I proceed or am I fast? Can anyone answer me? Am I okay?
Clear, clear, ma'am. Clear. You
Okay,
can.
thank you.
Repeat
Thank
the
you, ma'am.
question.
Yeah, ma'am.
I asked, can you repeat what you asked?
Please tell me what is it you're asking me?
Here.
I'm just asking whatever I'm saying, am I clear or not? Whatever I'm expressing, whatever I'm telling you. So when you go for job interview, the first thing is you have to maintain eye contact with the person. Any language, any subject, anything, when you're talking, the first thing you have to follow is the correct procedure. You have to maintain the eye contact to the other person. There are some people who put their head down, see side, that is irrespective. First itself, the impression goes that you don't know anything. Though you don't know anything, put an eye contact to the person. Then you have to sit with your straight up, open shoulders, and then you speak very confidently. When you are following your body posture, definitely you will be having lot of confidence. Believe me, when you have posture, when you are in a certain position, you will be able to do well. So these are the types of communications what we have. The first one, as I was telling you, it was verbal. Verbal is speaking. It must be used in a strong, confident speaking voice. Voice must be clear enough. Then you have to be an active listening. You have to, and whatever words are required to speak, you have to speak. Non-verbal is non-verbal means you have to notice how your emotions are physically, whether you're okay. Sometimes the other person scolds us. We will be very aggressive. We don't know how to express that. And just calm down, just listen what the other person is going to do. Then you can react. And then see, visual is the what you see, visually seeing. Then see what is happening. Then only you can write. These are the skills, basic skills in speaking. Now, these are the essential skills in speaking things is listening, being friendliness, then open-mindedness, and whatever things you feel, you have to give a feedback with the confidence. Without confidence, you cannot do. That is how you build up essential skills required for your career, maybe in teaching, maybe in talking, maybe in your job interview or anywhere. The first and foremost thing, a body posture is, then the eye contact, then your confidence levels. People will observe your confidence levels, how confident you are. The moment you are confident, you will do well. Supposing if you have gone to a restaurant, you call it as restaurant. No, it's called pronounced as restaurant in English. Restaurants. So as you go, what you do, you sit on a table and you ask, "Can I see a menu, please?" How do you ask? Can I see a menu? You don't ask menu card. Menu itself says it is menu card. I want menu, please. Then after you get the menu, you want to order something. So you have chosen some soup, suppose. So I would recommend I and D is I would. I would recommend the soup, or I will have the pizza. It is not pizza, pizza. The j sound must come, pizza. Then if the waiter is going to ask you anything to drink, yeah, I would like to check, please. Let me check. You say, then he definitely says you thank you, and once everything is done, once you pay the bill, you say thank you, and it is up to you whether you wish the waiter or not. And he feels happy when you wish them back, saying have a good day or something. So that gives us more of our manners. Hope I'm clear how you are going to order in a restaurant. This is ordering in a restaurant. It is not going on communicating in a restaurant. How you give an order, place an order. You don't say give an order, you place an order in a restaurant, whatever things, maybe pizza, maybe or a soup or idli or anything, whatever you wish to, you should first ask, not a menu card, it is menu. The next one is supposing you have gone to a doctor. Let's see the conversation between a doctor and a patient. So there's a doctor who generally the moment you go, he wishes us, hello, what can I do for you? Definitely, if it is morning, you wish the doctor back morning, or if it is afternoon, depending on the day, you wish the doctor back. I don't feel good. So immediately ask, what's your problem? First thing, a doctor asks to open your mouth. So since how long have you not feeling well? So you since yesterday, since is used for a point of time. Here I mentioned as yesterday. Supposing if you are mentioned for past 10 days, then you use for, I have been suffering for 10 days. For a period of time, certain for 5 days or 1 week, when you say certain time or for 10 hours or 5 hours, you use for. But when you have certain points since Monday or since yesterday, since an hour, then you use only since. So the doctor says, don't worry, no problem. Did you have motions yesterday? No, doctor, not so freely. So sometimes we feel of constipation, right? So, doctor, I feel weak and I don't feel like eating. So, doctor asked, what the patient has said, doctor, I feel weak and I don't feel like eating. Okay, then what else? What is the other problem you're having? I feel like vomiting. Vomiting, you know what is coming out. And do you drink a lot of water? That is what we people ignore. We don't drink more water. Yeah, no, doctor, I don't have enough water. You don't say I don't drink water. It is an old version. Nowadays, what you have to see is I don't have much water, too much water. I don't take. Did you take any medicines? Yes, doctor, I took Crocin, but nowadays we all will say Dolo 650. Nowadays, we are much using it. So this is a bit conversation between a doctor and a patient. So the moment you go to a doctor, you wish the doctor and you are going to let the know what your problems are and the doctor is going to ask you back. Next, let's travel to the other one. We mostly go to shopping, maybe to market or malls. This is a conversation between two persons, Razia and Hassan. They have gone for shopping with their father and mother, and they wanted to buy something. So, how the situation is going to be? It is especially as I'm a teacher, I have chosen this bookshop. So generally students go to a bookshop to buy books and everything. So mother started asking, what do you want, Hassan? So what did Hassan reply? How did he reply when mother asked that I want a writing book and color pencils. I want a writing book and color pencils. We don't say the coloring pencils or anything. Color pencils itself says that. Then she asked, what do you want, Rajia? I want a pen and a storybook. So at the store story, then they have come to toy shop. Toy shop is a place where you know. Asan, what do you want? So same way he started replying whatever you want. So whenever you go to a shop, when you ask, suppose you have gone to a vegetable shop, the grocer, you call the person who's selling vegetables as grocer. So the grocer asks, ma'am, what can I do for you? Or sir, what can I do for you? So what do you say? Can I know the price of this lady's finger or brinjal or whatever it is? So he answers back with the price. So what? How much do you expect? It may be 1 kg or half kg. So you say that that is how you are going to purchase in the anyway any shop. The moment if you speak, what do you want? I want this. I want that. It goes. Now let's see the conversation between a mother and child. Generally, this already takes most of the families. The moment nowadays all the children are learning in English medium schools, the parents after they come back to home, they'll be asking how the children was, how the day was. So mother started greeting her child, hello, hello, mommy, you children in English they call a mummy, parama or anything, mom or mama. Mama is also addressing mommy. So how was your school? That was the first day for the child in the school. So the mother want to know how she felt or how she or he made. The child can be a common noun here. When I say child, it can be a boy or a girl. It can be any. So mother started asking how was the school. So the child started replying, school was fine. And he can even use these words. It is good or great, exciting. He just said fine. You can even say if you are very excited, you are very much interested in that, it's so interesting, or you may not feel good, then you can say not so good, or not at all good, then you say bad. Anyway, so then the next question from the parents comes is, do you have homework? So generally what the child says, yes, definitely the child says whether he have or not, the teacher has given a lot of homework. Yes, I do. How? As I do means, that does means that he had. I have some homework. So the mother immediately inquires, what subjects do you have? Homework. So what did the child say? So whatever the subjects you have, maybe English, mathematics, social, whatever subjects maybe. Generally nowadays teachers are giving lot much homework is a main major problem insisted by the students. So this is how a conversation between a parent and a child. Now I'll tell you one example which is not in the slide is a father coming home. The child got the report card. So how he is going to present the report card and how the father is going to inquire the marks. So the moment the child comes to home, the father asks, have you got your result? Yes, father. Yes, papa. In English, we call father as papa. Yes, papa, I have got it. So what are your marks? Which grade you stand at? So I stand at A. There are two grades, A plus. So he stands at A. So show me your report card, which subject you are good at. So once the child has to answer, Maybe he has done every subject good, maybe mathematics, maybe English, maybe something. So he says, this is the reason this has happened. So this is how the conversation between parents in the house it be. So this is another conversation between friends. I told you the early one is between parents. I pause a little. If any doubts, you can ask me so that I'll continue with the friends. Shall I? Ma'am, can I continue? Is it okay? Yeah, something in the chat box has come up. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So, conversation between two friends, how do it be? Generally, this is what we want to learn. So, when we go, you have met two, this is two girls. As I'm a girl, I have taken the girl's name. It can be any. Ankita, hello, Kavya, how are you? So, generally, nowadays, we don't ask this question, how are you? We ask, how do you do? So Kavya says, oh, hi Ankita, I'm doing good. What about you? So same way Ankita says, I'm fine too. So where are you working right now? So she says that she's working in some box company. Oh, really? That's a great company. What is your post there? Then Kavya replies, I'm working as software engineer. Now most of the people are working as software engineers because they are the safest people, I believe. And that's really nice to hear. So what is the answer you have to give when a person says where he's working? You have to answer them. That's really nice to hear. So immediately what does the other person says thank you. So what are you up to nowadays? No, up to nowadays in the sense, not where are you, what you're working as now. So I'm a travel blogger. Travel blogger is one who says the travel to different places, keeps on traveling to different places. I use it to travel to different places and explore different cultures and dialect. Cultures means the tradition and everything, and different varieties of food to write it in my blog. So he keeps on writing. I would like to ask you also to follow me. Black, please. Nowadays, this is what most of the people are doing. Follow my, subscribe my channel, do this, that we are going on. So same way the other person requests. So definitely what you have to answer is, sure, definitely I will certainly follow it. You are doing a great job by letting people know of different parts of the world. Definitely, YouTube is helping us to learn many of the things unknown to us, unknown facts, which may not be discussed by our elders earlier. This is the end of this thing. I shall proceed on with the other thing. Hope I'm clear with how to communicate.
Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am. Now, shall I proceed on with the tenses and verbs?
Yes, ma'am.
Just give me 2 seconds time because this is awfully new to me. Just to lower my screen. Just 2 minutes, ma'am. Okay, fine. So, I'm sharing the screen, just a moment. So before we go into the tenses, we should be very thorough. What are verbs? Verbs are nothing but action verbs. Talking, moving, going, coming, any kind of action. Teaching, jumping, dancing, any action is said to be a verb in simple. So these verbs are of two types, main verb as well as helping verb. Main verbs does the action, whereas helping verbs will help us in formation of a tense. Tense is nothing but time. at what time this action has taken place. We have three tenses in English: present, past, and future. So generally we talk about present, then we go to past, then we travel to future. That is how we teach to students about the tenses. The structure is past, present, future, but the major thing is you should be thorough with present, then only you can go to past, and only you can travel to future. So these tenses will help you at what time the main action has taken place. Is it in the past or now, or next is it going to happen? So generally what we do is the main verbs we put it aside, as you pretty understood now, they are action verbs. Now these helping verbs are differently used in different places. Before that, we should know the verb in present, past, and past participle, how we are going to. We just to understand ourselves, we give them the name as V1, V2, V3, V4, and V5. Generally, V5 is nowhere there. But to make the students better understand the difference between singular verb and plural verb, we use it as V5. Now, let me come back to V1. V1 is the base form of a verb. Base means that is the present form of the verb. Now, as you can see, one example here, it is good. Go. So, go is called as the present tense of the verb or the base form of a verb. The past tense of that is went. Then it comes to when you are going to say just now completed actions or just now have done been, we use the V3 form, that is past participle. Participle is nothing but an adjective. Now here I have to tell you what is an adjective. Is a helping verb which describes a noun or a pronoun. Noun is a naming word. So an adjective we use in such a places, the V3. Now coming to V4 is nothing but the base form plus ing. Go plus ing becomes V4. This we use whenever we keep on the action going on. When the action is continuing, we are going to use this form of the verb. Now V5 is a specific one where we are going to use according to the subject. Now let me tell you, subject is which does an action or about whom we are talking. So subject, I'm teaching something. So I am is a subject here. Subject need not be one sentence, but subject is what we are talking about, or which does an action. She goes to the market. He is the subject there. Now, depending on the subject, we are going to use this. If the subject is singular, the verb is singular. If the subject is plural, the verb is plural. Now, there is a difference. Supposing subject is there, boy, the plural form of boy is boys. Now, when it comes to verb, it is reverse, vice versa. When you add, it will become plural, singular. Go is the plural form of the verb. Goes is the singular form of the verb. But when it comes to subject, boy, boys. Here, goes, go. In the reverse way, it will be. The verb is going to be reverse way, singular and plural. And the subject is that somebody has a question. Next, same is another verb. Let me go try. If the past tense is tried, even the past certain words will not change. Only the words ending with Y, we remove Y and add I in its place and continue. Generally, the past tense is formed by adding D or ED. And certain places, the complete word also will be changing, like bring, brought, take, took, write, wrote, come, came. So these are about the verbs. So can anyone, okay, fine. So as I told you, tenses are of three types: present, past, and future. First, let us travel about present tense. Present tense is the action, present time, what we are going to do. At the action happening in the present time is said to be present tense. This is again subdivided into four categories. Each tense, there are 12 parts of tenses in English language. Three are the main. They are subdivided into four each. Now, I'll tell you one beautiful story here to better understand this present tense. Once there was a king. He had three daughters. They are past, present, and future. And three daughters slowly they grew up to came to the marriage, and then they got married. And in turn, they have four each, four children each. So the first daughter present tense we will learn about. She is having 4 children, simple present, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. Now the thing first, okay, fine. The first one is simple present. Generally, we use this present tense when we talk about habitual actions. I drink milk every day. I go to temple every day. Or the bell rings at 5. Or plan future actions or universal truths. I am a woman. It is a universal truth. The sun rises in the east. It is a universal truth. Such places we use the simple present. Now, there is a structure for each. Here we follow it as I will tell you as we go in detail. So, simple present is used in habitual actions to talk about universal truths, plan future actions, and many other things. But these are the 3 main places generally we use the simple present. So, we have structure to identify our tensities, subject plus V1 or V5. Now, why did I give an option V1 and V1 is a plural form of the verb? V5 is a singular form of the verb. When the subject is singular, the verb is singular. When the subject is plural, the verb is plural. So generally, I go to temple daily. So I is always treated as a plural subject because with utmost respect. I is utmost respect. So we treat it as I as plural form only, though it indicates a singular subject, me. So I is plural. She goes to the market. So when it coming she is a singular subject. So the verb is also changing accordingly, goes. That is the structure of simple present. Now let's move on to the next one. Next one is present continuous. The next one is present continuous. Actions going on in the present at the time of talking. Now what are we doing? We are learning. Now at the time of talking, what is happening is what we are doing. We are learning. So action going on in the present. This is very important. In the present while we are talking. So this is also having some structure like subject plus is, am, or are plus V4. V4 is verb plus ing form. The base form plus ing. So I will tell one example here. She is writing a letter. Right now, what she is doing? She is writing a letter. I am reading a book. Right now, what am I doing? I am reading a book. They are playing in the ground. Right now, what is happening in the present? They are, see, all the verbs are in ing forms. So generally, whenever you have continuous, the word continues, the verb will be in ing form only. Whenever you find the word continues, the verb is going to be in ing form. So only the thing difference how the action is taking place. The next one is present perfect. Just now completed actions. Where is the cat? Just now has seen running out of the house. Just now. So just now is also called as immediate past. You call such actions as immediate past. Just now completed actions as just now actions are set only in the primary sections, very small children. But as you grow up, it is immediate past. By the time I reached the state, just now the train left. Where is the train? Just now it left. Just now it happened. Can you please post? Just now I have gone to the post office and just now only I have come. When you go to the market, and mama asks you to, when your mother asks you to, just now I have come from college. So at that time you don't say now only I came. That is wrong way of pronunciation. Just now I have come. No, I can't go. So the structure will be subject plus have or has plus V3 form. V3 form is a past participle. Has is used for singular subject, have for plural subject. She has gone to the market just now. Even if you don't use just now, has gone to the market itself says now only she has left. They have gone to the market just now. The last one in the present is present perfect continuous. It is a combination of two, perfect and continuous. So even whenever you find the word continuous, the verb is going to be ing form. So this refers to the action started somewhere in the past and still continuing and may end in the near future. Sometimes what we do is we keep on writing some books. We start in the morning. Now also we'll be writing. When will you finish? When your mothers, when are you going to finish? 1 hour, 2 hours by evening you will see. So it is used, please stop scribbling. Somebody is scribbling the screen. Can you please stop that? Thank you. So started in the past and still continuing, that will end in the near future. Such actions refers to, so I'll tell you one best example. It is a rainy season. It started raining. So someone who doesn't know about this, when we call up, the person says, when are you, when the rain started? It has started since morning. I don't know how long it is going to end. It is going to end in the past. So very near, maybe 1 hour, 2 hours. So such actions come under present perfect continuous. So structure will be subject plus have or has plus one more word will be added when perfect and continuous together. They are the been plus V4. So here to identify perfect continuous, we have two different things what I was discussing when we are talking communication skills, since and for. Since is used for a point of time, for is used for a period of time. We use these two generally here. I'll tell you one. She has been writing the exam since morning. She has been. So the subject, if it is singular, we use has, and the subject is plural, we use have. It has been raining since morning. It must be, verb must be ing, but you add up these two helping verbs. Now, for a period of time, they have been playing cricket for 4 hours. Means they started somewhere in the afternoon, 4 o'clock or 2 o'clock. Even now they're playing, they may end up in an hour when it is too dark or something. So this is about present tense. Hope I'm clear. If any doubts, you may raise so that I'll proceed on to the next. Is it clear or any doubts regarding these tenses? Can you please,
Clear.
anyone? Shall I proceed on to the past tense?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. The next one is past tense. Past tense refers to actions happened in the past. What the actions took place in the past. So it is again subdivided into, this is the second daughter of the king, past tense. She is also having, so I said I'll be saying one story in the present tense. The story is the first daughter, present tense, is having 4 children. The first one, simple version, always says doing the actions. I'm having the habit of doing this. I'm doing, and when it comes, simple way of remembering the tense. Second one, when you ask, I am doing, mama, I am drinking milk, mama, I'm writing this, mama, goes on doing. And it comes, the third one is very quick in doing. Just I completed, finish, done, over. So when it comes to the fourth one is so lazy, started somewhere in the morning, doing, mama, in 1 hour I'll complete. Oh, for sure I'm going to complete. This is what the children will be using mostly. That is the kind of the children what the first daughter is having. Now moving on to the second daughter is past tense. She is also having 4 children. Simple past, past continuous, past perfect continuous. Let's travel to the first one. Always it finishes too early. Yesterday only finished. Actions completed in the past. So structure is subject plus V2. V2 is the verb in the past tense. I watched a movie yesterday. So how will you identify it from simple present and simple past is, there will be a time mentioned there. Yesterday, day before yesterday, night, yesterday night. So when the time is mentioned, it is understood it is in the past. I wrote a letter yesterday. Yesterday evening, I wrote a letter. So in that cases, we use simple past. Let's go to the second child of the past tense. Second one is past continuous. So whenever, whatever the tense, if you get continuous, it is verb form is ing only. Past continuous also, somewhere in the past it will start, but it is too quick. It will continue to certain time and end up in the past. Actions going on at the time of talking in the past. When it comes to present continuous, actions start going on at the time of talking in the present. Here actions going on at the time of talking in the past. Everything is same except for the helping verbs will be changing. Subject plus verbs or verb plus before. Verbs is used for singular subject. Verb is used for plural subject. I was writing yesterday when Rohan came to my house. So Rohan has come to me at the time I was writing. When the bell rang, I was cooking. What am I doing? The action is going on at the time. Yesterday only it happened. All this finished. So when so one action will be in simple past. To identify this, we have one action in the simple past. The other action will be continued. I was cooking when the bell rang. When the bell rang yesterday, what am I doing? I was cooking. So were is used for plural subject. They were writing the exam yesterday. They were writing the exam at this time yesterday. That means they continued the exam, continuing at the time of talking in the past. That is the structure of past continuous. The next third is past perfect. Here, the most difficult thing to identify present to past is here two actions will be. When it comes to present, there will be only one action, just no completed action, as an as or have you'll be using. But when you come to perfect, past perfect, definitely or must you'll be having two actions. Both are completed in the past. Both the actions are completed in the past, but one action is done before the other. So there will be two persons who speaks first. The next one is it. So whichever action completes first will be in the past perfect, and the later action will be in simple past. So the structure will be subject plus had plus V3. The doctor had come after the patient died. So before the patient, the patient died before the doctor had come. So coming of the doctor took place, dying of the patient had died before the doctor arrived. So what action takes place next will be in simple past. The first action will be in past perfect. By the time I reached the station, the train had left. The train had left. So I coming to the station took place late. Leaving of the train took place first. So the first action will be in past perfect. The second action will be in simple past. So two actions, both actions are completed, no continuation will be, but whichever action completes first, that action will be in past perfect. The later action will be in simple past. The last one is past perfect continuous. Here also there are two, the action started somewhere in the past and it continued certain time in the past, and also it ended up in the past. It will not continue anywhere. So I'll tell you a best example, Sachin Tendulkar. We all know about him very well. That's the reason I'm using his name. Sachin Tendulkar started his career somewhere in 90s. He continued to a certain period till 20s and he stopped his career there as a cricketer. Maybe he's continuing with other things. So that is said to be as past perfect continuous. Started somewhere in the past, continued to certain time and ended in the past. We finished all the 2020, everything. So he ended up there. Such type of actions which started in the past, continued to certain time and ended in the past refers to past perfect continuous. So the structure will be subject plus had plus been. Been will be compulsory for all perfect continuous, and the verb is going to be in ing form only. It had been raining heavily for 4 hours yesterday. So yesterday it so happened it had been raining for is used for period of time, since is used for point of time, since and for definitely comes in perfect continuous. So this is about perfect tense. Hope I'm clear. The next one is, yeah, thank you, ma'am. The next one is future tense. This generally very rare cases we use. We use only mainly simple future to the maximum in our writings in English. In rare cases, very rarely we'll be getting the other tenses, but it is a future tense. Somewhere the action is going to take in the future. These are used to express some actions which will take in the near future action or event. I shall be 13 next week. So next week I shall be 13. So to say that. And generally we use two words, will and shall. Now where do we use will and where do we use shall? There are few subjects in English, first person, second person, third person. So these all are the basics, but as I'm going with tenses, I'm not touching that. I and we are treated to be the first persons. You is a second person in English. He, she, it, they, all these are the third persons. I is a singular first person. We is a plural form of the first person. And in English, we use you for either singular or plural. You come here, you come. If I call a group, you come here also. A group, I use you. Even if it is a singular person, I use you. You is used for both singular and plural. Now, when it comes to third person is, for singular, we use he, she, it. It is used generally to things, animals, such. He is used to a male person. She is to a female. And they is the plural form of the third person. They is the plural form. So we shall use shall for the first person, both the first person, singular and plural. I shall come tomorrow. We shall come tomorrow. So shall goes with I and we. But there are cases when we use will also with INV. Now, the major how where we use this, shall is used when you are not sure about. Supposing if you ask your friend, are you going to come tomorrow? The friend says, I shall come. So that means the friend is not sure whether the person is going to come to class or not tomorrow. But if the friend says, I will come, why not? Definitely I will come tomorrow. When he's certain, when he's sure, when he's firm in his decision, you can use will. But generally, when you are not sure about, we use shall with only INV. Shall is used with INV. Will is used with he, she, it, and they. The other third person, second person, we use we. It. So when it comes to simple future, the structure will be subject plus will or shall plus be1. So generally tenses, we don't go in a stretch. It takes a lot of time with lot many examples and exercises for each part. Simple present tense ones, past tense ones, and future tense ones. But as we have very little time, I'm going quick. Hope I'm clear. So the next one is future continuous. The same thing. Past, present, future. Everything is same. The names only will change all the same time. The first one comes simple, next continuous, next perfect continuous. That is the order you have to follow. The next one is future continuous. Future continuous is an action that will continue for some time in the future. In the future, sometime the action will be continuing. Suppose if I say, I will be writing exam at this time tomorrow. I will be writing. Very sure, I'm very sure. I will be writing exam at this time. What will be I doing? The action will be continuing in the future. This time I will be writing exam tomorrow. When you say to your friends, you use future continuous. The next one is, sorry, I think I didn't have. So future perfect. It is used to express an action that will completed by certain time in the future. So by certain time in the future, I'm going to complete. I shall have completed the given the project given by ma'am by next week. By next week, by next Friday, I shall have completed. Means you are not sure. You are saying, but when you say I will complete the project by next week, means you are very sure. So by next Friday, whatever may happen, I will complete the project. So in such cases, you use the future perfect. The last but not the least is future perfect continuous. It is also used to express an action somewhere in the future, starting in the future, continuing to a certain time, and ending in the future. Here, whenever you use perfect continuous, the period of time, the movement of action to certain level, it has to be. Continuation of an action must be. So the structure will be subject plus will or shall, and been is very much compulsory in all the perfect continuous, and the verb will be in ing form. I shall have been going to Mumbai by this time next month. So that is the way. Generally, I told you know this future perfect and future perfect continuous is very rarely used. We generally go with only simple future and future continuous to most of our talkings when we speak or do. Generally, we go with present and past tenses. We very rarely go on using because we cannot predict future. We don't know what is going to happen in the future. That's all from my end. Any doubts, you can raise it up. That is about communication, and in short, it is about the tense.
No doubts.
Everything is clear. Ma'am,
Yeah.
that's all from my end. If anything else is to be added up, let me know. I'll go ahead.
If anyone having the doubts, you can unmute yourself and ask.
Any one of you, if you have any doubts, please let me know so that I will be able, if I can clear, I'll try to clear it to the maths. Can any one of you give me, tell me what is the present tense and where do we use simple present if you are very clear? If you're not interested to talk, you can even chat with me.
Madam,
Okay, fine. So hope no doubts. Hope you understood. Present tense is the grammatical term used for verbs that describe action happening right now. No, right now actions happening. We use present continuous. The other name for present continuous is present progressive. We call it as present progressive tense. We call it as present progressive tense. As the classes are growing up, for primary classes in the beginning we say it as present continuous, but we call it as present progressive. Progressive means going on. Now what am I am teaching, the action going on is said to be present continuous. It is not simple present. Simple present refers to habitual actions. Every day what you do, certain habits you'll be having. I sleep in the best, that is your habit. So when you use that, or universal to the sun, the earth is the planet, insert that cases you use simple present, not for continuation.
Okay.
So that's all from my end, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, one person asked in the chat, ma'am.
Yeah, please, ma'am, let me know. I answered that question. If anything else, please let me know, ma'am. I didn't get any here.
How can we learn easily these tenses? Is there
Tenses are
any regular practice? Or
it's a regular practice. First you need to understand the verb. What is a verb? When you understand the difference between a main verb and helping verbs, there itself if you can identify both, then tenses are very easy. Remember me, in the form of a whole story, I'll tell you: a king having three daughters in turn having four children, the present tense, past tense, future. But for this, first of all, a verb must be very clear. What is the difference between a main verb and helping verb? Helping verb only tells us that what kind of action happens. But when it comes to main verb, it does the action. It does the action. So when you know these two differences, okay, fine. Anyway, you asked me helping verbs, you must be clear enough. These helping verbs are into two types. It is for everyone. I'm making it clear so that you feel tenses easy when you know this. So we have to start from here. Helping verbs are into two types: primary and modals. Primary auxiliaries can act in two ways. Sometimes they will be as main verb, sometimes they mostly they will take the helping verb position. But when it comes to models, they cannot take the position of main verb, they remain as helping verb. So in a class, some students will be, they only do one thing, they cannot do that are models. Who can do other work also? Primary auxiliaries. These primary auxiliaries are into, if you give me little time, I'll share the screen. Just give me little time. Okay, fine. Uh, to better understand two tenses, first you must be thorough with these verbs. So basically, we go from here. Hope I'm clear with my screen. Can everybody see the screen? So the verb
Yeah.
is divided into main verb and helping verbs. So I told these main verbs are again divided. As of now, for tenses, we don't need that. Only we should understand they are the main verbs which does the action. Now coming to helping verbs, these verbs are called as auxiliaries. Helping verbs are also called as auxiliaries. They are divided into primary and modals. So these primary are again divided into three: be forms, have forms, do forms. Be forms are nothing but is, am, or these generally we use in present continuous. Blindly, if you can know, is, am are used in present continuous. She is going to the market. I am writing a letter. They are playing. So that is where we use be forms. Now, when it's same thing, be forms in past or was over, two only are there. Was is for singular subject, were is for plural subject. I was writing a letter yesterday when you called me. They were playing cricket yesterday when you called me. And when it comes to future, be. We use be. So have forms are used in the perfect tenses, past or present or future. We use the have forms. Has and have are used in present perfect. Had is used for past, let the subject be in. Whether it is singular or plural, we use only had. And do forms generally we use in the future. Does and do in the present, and did in the past. Generally, very rarely you will be using this. Will be helpful mostly when you do direct indirect speech. So let me make it clear. Primary auxiliaries, two things you must be very clear to go with the tenses. That is be forms and have forms. Be forms are used in continuous, whereas have forms are used in the perfect. When you get a combination of perfect continuous, then you are going to add up one more word, been, be and been. That's it. If you are very thorough with these tenses, are very easy. So I hope I'm clear with. It's a big chapter to learn verbs. Once we are thorough with that, then you can go with it. Any more doubts?
No.
Mahvish, you can ask your doubt. You can unmute.
Yeah, you can unmute if anyone have a doubt.
Mahvish, are you asking anything? You unmute yourself and again.
No, I didn't ask.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. This is wonderful session and wonderful presentation.
Thank
Very
you
nice,
so
ma'am.
much, ma'am. Thank you so much. Hope I made it very clear in the short time. Generally, it is a very big topic, but I
Yeah.
tried my level best to make it clear to all of you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. And bye, everyone. Thank you for joining the session.